No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
Hey everybody, Jokefit here with another video. This time, once again, continuing my review series, celebrating the 30th anniversary of Return of the Jedi with none other than a vehicle review of the Imperial Shuttle, and specifically the 2006 Saga Collection Imperial Shuttle. Now, since that is a bigger vehicle, obviously, I'm not going to try and finagle it here in front of you guys, so we're going to swap it around. I'm going to be behind the camera and showing you guys on the shelf, just to be a little bit easier on reviewing it, obviously. And once again, just want to remind you guys to leave in the comment section below. On my last video, I mentioned that I would like to do a 300 subscriber giveaway, and specifically using the money I've made off Google AdSense. And so once I get to the $100 limit thing, it'll cash out, and I'll be able to actually use that money. So right now it's at $70, so obviously a bit more to go till we get to 100. So hopefully it'll reach that minimum cash out amount before I get 300 subscribers, so I can do a nice giveaway for you guys. And if not, then whatever it is, the closest milestone afterwards. So would you guys, again reiterating, would you guys rather have a bunch of smaller like Hasbro Star Wars stuff, or would you have prefer one big, nicer, like Star Wars collectible? So pretty much, just tell me in the comment section below, and let's get on to. Alright, and here we are with the Saga Collection Imperial Shuttle. So yeah, just a little bit of background on this vehicle. This mold for the Imperial Shuttle, Hasbro's been using the same Imperial Shuttle mold since the original vintage line in the 1980s. So this is really just a straight up repaint of the vintage Imperial Shuttle, except for obviously a lot more detailed and nicer, better stickers and stuff. So pretty much just an updated paint job for the Imperial Shuttle, and one that I really like, and I don't think that Hasbro could do a whole lot to improve upon this Imperial Shuttle, except for a few minor things that I'll talk about in just a second. But before we get on to reviewing the actual shuttle itself, let's talk about the figures that came with it. Originally in 2006, again, this was released in the Saga Collection. This was a Target exclusive, and it included two figures. These figures we have here, we have a Darth Vader and Royal Guard. Obviously, being 2006, these are not like the latest up-to-date versions of these characters. This Royal Guard, first talking about the Royal Guard, this was originally released in an Attack of the Clones kind of original trilogy line. It's a little hard to describe because Hasbro didn't do such a good job as differentiating like lines back in like the early 2000s. So this is where this mold originally came from. So this is like a 2002 mold. The Royal Guard includes his Force Pike, which this is my favorite Force Pike that Hasbro's made so far. It's thin and it's very detailed, nice paint job, and I prefer this over the Vintage Collection Royal Guard's Force Pike. But anyway, so being a 2002 figure, this articulation is not the best by any means. Like swivel shoulder joints, these weird cut elbows, which they're cut at such a weird angle that it's not like on Vader here, where it's like a kind of regular like 90-degree cut. That it's, I don't know, it's just at a really weird angle that you can't do a whole lot with the arm articulation. But still, this Royal Guard is not a bad figure by any means. He still looks really nice. Like if you're using him in like a background scene, using him in a background for a diorama, is still a nice figure. Again, the Vintage Collection Royal Guard pretty much blows this figure away, but still, it is a nice figure nonetheless. Moving on to Vader here. For a long time, this was my favorite Vader figure. And this was actually at the time considered the definitive Darth Vader. Obviously, since then, we've gotten many updated versions of Vader. But here's a look at this one. This I'm pretty sure was relatively new sculpt around 2006. So this one has a lot better articulation over the Royal Guard we just had a look at. The look of the Vader figure himself, I believe, is a New Hope based because of the eye glass piece, I guess, wherever the goggle is a brown tint instead of a black tint like in Empire and Return of the Jedi. So this, even though it is included with a Return of the Jedi Imperial Shuttle, it is a New Hope Vader. So the articulation is, again, not as good as modern figures, but still this was like the beginnings of the super articulation trend that Hasbro has continued with today. Cut elbows, pin and socket shoulder, swivel hips, ball hinged and swivel or some. Anyway, the knee joints, I forget what they're called. No ankle articulation, but this is still a nice Vader figure if you can't get your hands on a vintage collection one. Another thing that I really like about this Vader that I don't understand why Hasbro doesn't continue today with their modern Vaders is that not only they come with a lit lightsaber, obviously. Let's see if I can get him to stand there. Well, knock over the Imperial Guard while I'm at it. Let's just lay Vader down. This Vader comes with an unlit lightsaber hilt that pegs into the side there, the side of his belt. In case you want to have Vader displayed, just kind of casual, I guess. Which Hasbro has continued using these unlit lightsabers with their other Jedi and Sith figures, but for some reason they haven't been including these with their Vader figures, which I don't understand why. So anyway, that's just a quick look at the figures that are included. Again, pretty much outclassed by today's figures, but still pretty nice figures. And so let's get on to the actual vehicle itself. So yeah, this is a pretty tall vehicle. As you can see, compared to the size of a regular Star Wars figure. There you go, you can see how it compares. Still though, even though it is a really big vehicle, is not exactly to scale with figures. I do believe if you had like a Palpatine, or because just looking at scenes from Return of the Jedi, Palpatine could walk underneath the head of the shuttle, and he didn't have to duck or anything. So just like a normal figure, yeah, it's a bit taller than this cockpit. So not exactly to scale. That's really the only, I think, improvement that Hasbro can make to the shuttle is if they made it a bit bigger. So anyway, just give you guys a really good look at the shuttle itself. Lots of nice weathering and paint detail on the side. Really nice. It looks kind of grimy. What I'm guessing that this shuttle is supposed to be. I'm not sure if this shuttle is in particular Shuttle Tidarian, the ones that the Rebels capture and use in Return of the Jedi, or if this is like Vader's shuttle or the Emperor's shuttle. Again, they came with a Vader and a Royal Guard, leading me to believe this is the shuttle that Vader uses to go to the landing platform in Endor and waits on Luke. So I believe that's what shuttle and specifically this is supposed to be. Again, I'm not really sure. Some features that the shuttle has: opening cockpit, so you can see you can fit 2 figures in there. I used to use just like old AT-AT drivers as the pilots. Not exactly right, but there haven't been any specifically like Imperial Shuttle pilot figures made, at least not that I know of. And you can see back in there into the vehicle itself, but we'll get a better look at that in just a second. Close that back up. There we go. And underneath there is a landing ramp that you can put down. You can see there, nice up into the shuttle. I'm really glad that it includes that, because I mean, if you have a Imperial shuttle that doesn't have an extending landing ramp from it, then why even have it in the first place? But anyway, there was some with mine that it got a little screwed up. I don't remember if this was just from just like it occurred like without any reason, or if I was being a little too rough with the thing itself. But I ended up having to use some tape back in there to keep it in. But again, I had this vehicle as a kid, so it might have just been me having a little too much of a rough playtime with it. So anyway, also on the side here we have this little removable section of the outer hull. You can see again, nice paint detail on there. And you can see inside the shuttle itself, not a whole lot of detail on the inside, honestly. It's got pegs in there in case you want to like have your figure standing up. I guess you could. Well, yeah, I guess there is enough room to actually have your figure stand in there. But you can fit a good number of figures in there, at least enough as you'd probably need for your Imperial Shuttle. On the outside, the cannons, you can move them around. These cannons you cannot, however. And on the bottom, too, you can see there, this is like a little bit, I guess you could kind of holder. I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually hold this at the same time while holding the camera. So, give me just a second and I will show you guys what this vehicle looks like with the wings extended. And here's what the shuttle looks like with its wings fully extended. So as you can see, it becomes quite large if you have it fully extended here. Yeah, it is very large actually when you have the wings down. Also, something just to show you guys the back of the shuttle, since I wasn't able to when I had it just on the shelf. That is what the back of the shuttle looks like. You can see you have this little cannon here, and the engines, obviously. Sorry, a little bit of dust. This has been on my shelf for quite a while, as you can see. So yeah, my main, I guess you can see my kind of grievances with it. Again, I already mentioned that it's not exactly quite to scale, and I can be kind of a scale Nazi at times. So yeah, I mean, it would be nice if Hasbro kind of made it a bit bigger, but that's likely not to happen since Hasbro is putting more of an emphasis on smaller vehicles. Let's see. What else? Let's see. Also, when I fold the wings up, if you could tell that this wing over here did not go quite as far up as this other wing. I'm not sure if that's just mine in particular, or what some other kind of theory I guess I have about why that is because of this removable section here. They want it to not impair that. So I don't know if that was a design choice or whatnot. But overall, this is a really nice Star Wars vehicle. I guess I consider this my first big Star Wars vehicle, because as you can see, this is a pretty darn huge one. You have the wings extended. Again, you have a little handle on the bottom with the lever that releases the wings. To put it back up, you just, there we go. And you just fold the wings up, and you can extend the landing gear and have it displayed like that. So yeah, a very cool vehicle in my opinion. I definitely recommend it if you're a just any Star Wars fan. It is a very nice looking piece, and probably in my opinion one of the most accurate of the vintage mold of Star Wars vehicles. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this review of the 2006 Saga Collection Imperial Shuttle. This vehicle does go for quite a bit of money on the secondary market. So my main advice if you're looking to buy this is don't pay too much for it. Yeah, that's going to be a little hard. Last time I checked, I think I saw some go for like over $200 even. Yeah, this is not a $200 Star Wars vehicle by any means. This is not the big Millennium Falcon. But it is a very nice and nicely sized Star Wars vehicle. I'd probably say just wait until Hasbro re-releases it, because it's inevitable that Hasbro is going to make another Imperial Shuttle, or just re-release this one with an even more updated paint scheme. So again, thank you guys for watching as always. This is Joke Fett, signing out. Bye.